Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in to another video. If you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling like you're in a space of isolation, this video is for you. So oftentimes when we are in a space of loneliness, when we're in a space where we feel like God has left us and maybe we don't hear his voice as much as we would like to, and maybe we don't um, have the advice or the wisdom of counsel in this space, we start to get frantic. We start to become scared because the wilderness sometimes is a scary place. And today, just want to encourage you to remember that maybe when you are deserted, or maybe in the space where you feel deserted, maybe you're just in the desert. And if you know anything about some characters in the Bible and the way that God uses the wilderness to do his work, you'll notice that Moses was in the desert, Elijah was in the wilderness, Joseph, Paul, and even Jesus spent time in the wilderness. And in those spaces, God was able to give them wisdom, show them the lessons they were supposed to learn, show them that the things that were going to tempt them. And won't he do that for us too? Won't he put us in spaces of isolation where we feel like we've been deserted, when we're actually just in the wilderness, learning the things that we need to know and gaining the tools that we need to gain in an effort to go into the next space that we're going to go into? And sometimes that might feel like it lasts for the 40 years that it lasted for those people in the Bible, but it really isn't. It really isn't as long as we feel like it is. It's just that we're enduring something that feels like long suffering. But if we switch our perspective from that long suffering to what is it that I'm actually supposed to be learning from this, that's where the real magic happens inside of that period of isolation. You know, when I went through my period of isolation, it was, not having a partner and really not having that tribe that I talk about so often. Because your tribe can be your counsel and they can give you advice, but sometimes God wants you to be alone. Sometimes He wants you to be by yourself so that He can speak life directly into you, so that you're not getting messaging from all of these other people. And in that space, I remember thinking, like, God, for real, your girl is lonely, your girl is frustrated, and your girl just wants to have some comfort from the people around her. And he was like, I am your comfort. And so, what are some lessons that you learn inside of that space of desertion and isolation? Well, the first thing is that you gain clarity. And I know that we don't necessarily love to be in our own headspace, but if you sit in your headspace long enough, you can clear out the clutter and the junk and you get that clarity. You can hear yourself. And more importantly, you can hear God. And if you're like me, you've been in spaces where you're like, God, just speak. And he's whispering, but you can't hear him because of the voices in your head and the outside counsel. And when you're in that place of isolation and loneliness, and when you've been what feels like deserted, you can hear him speak because the voices and the noise is non existent. The other thing is that you have that lack of influence, like I was saying before. People can be influential in your life, but the more people that you have in your life, the more opportunity you have for people to lead you astray. And if your tribe isn't the tribe that you're supposed to have, and if they're just people that you're keeping in your life for longevity and all of these other like titles and things that we keep people in our lives for, then the opportunity for them to lead you astray is going to be even larger than, just having a bunch of people around you that are good counsel. But even the good counsel is not God. And so oftentimes we say, well, this person is prayerful, and that's wonderful. Prayerful people can speak life into you. But only God knows the blueprint that he has for you. And so when you're in those spaces where you're in the wilderness or you're in the desert, that lack of influence is where he can do his best work. And inside of that space, you're also able to develop self-trust. Because if you are the only thing that you've got, you're the only one who can lead you out of this place, you and God are it, then you're going to be able to trust yourself to make decisions. You're going to be able to trust yourself to use your intuition. You're going to be able to trust your discernment. You're not going to let the voices of naysayers and outside people tell you that what you're thinking, doing, and believing is not it, because you don't have those people to tell you that when you're in those spaces. So today I would just encourage you, if you're in a space where you feel lonely, if you're in a space where you feel like you've been deserted, just know that God never leaves you. So you're not fully deserted. And also know that in those spaces, you have the greatest company that you can have, which is yourself. You can learn the lessons that you need to learn. You can deal with the temptation that's always taken you astray from the path that he has for you. And you can walk into what he has for you because you can hear him. If you're one of those people today and you need to reach out to talk about how to navigate that path peacefully, certainly reach out to me. Also, I have a free PDF that I'm going to link below that shows you the checklist for finding peace inside of your experiences in chaos and will be a little sidekick to doing that alone. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that notification bell and subscribe to my page. Go to my YouTube channel and comment on the videos, share those videos, let other people know about the wisdom that you have gained from the channel. And then also go to my socials so that you can get more of the content that I post every week. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'm so glad that you're here. Don't forget to subscribe and watch this video.